I'll show you the monies coming in and out for the transaction. You guys will see this in real time as it happened. And who knows how many other deals we will have done between now and then, because of the last 6 deals we've done, 5 of them were subject to. 4 of the 5 were pre-foreclosure bailouts. Olivewood Lane property, okay? So again, we bought this one subject to, so $359,000. I'm going to redo that. $294.15, okay? Now, this is a 3.5% interest rate loan, and we had to give the borrower $30,000 to close the deal. Okay, so what that means now is that we're taking over the underlying loan at $329,294.15. Now, let's look at what our monthly payment is on this deal, okay? So for this, I'm going to my trusty Remax Master 3X, okay? If you guys do not have this calculator, can they see that in the screen, okay? Oh, yeah. Okay. Real Estate Master 3X. This is a mortgage calculator where we can figure out what our monthly payment is going to be. So we're going to take $329,294.15. That's the loan amount at 3.5% interest on a 30-year term. This gives us a monthly payment of $1,478.68. Okay. Now this property will rent for approximately $27.50 per month. Now, as you can see, if we just rented it out, the cash flow on this would be really good. However, what we're going to do, we're going to list the property for $479,000. And we're going to offer seller financing. Here are our terms. I need 20% down. So if we take $479,900 and we put 20% down, that's $95,980. Okay. We're then going to subtract that from the purchase price, and that'll give us our loan amount. So minus $479,900. Okay, so we're going to be financing $383,920. Now, I want to get some input from you guys, okay? So this is your deal. I want you to imagine that this is your property in your market, okay? A well-qualified borrower, somebody that can go down to the bank and get a loan right now in today's market for an owner-occupied property with 20% down, is going to be looking at an interest rate around 7.5% to 7.75%. What do you want to charge them as an interest rate on this loan? Okay, so I want you guys to type this into the chat. Michael, if you would please just tell me, how much do they want to charge this borrower to borrow the $383,920? How much do they want to charge?
6%, 6%, 5.5%, 5.75%, 6.5%, 7%, 11 to 12%, 8, 8.5%, 7, 7, 6.
Okay, so 10, it's kind of all over the board.
Yeah, anywhere from 4 to 12.
Here's the thing you guys need to be aware of. If a borrower right now can go down to the bank and get interest at 7.5 or 7.99, why wouldn't they do that? Okay, when buyers are looking for sellers to carry financing, it's usually for one of two reasons. Either A, their credit score isn't good enough that they can qualify for bank financing, but they've got really good income, or B, or number two, they are self-employed. They have a company, they're a contractor, they're a painter, they're a stager, they're a realtor, they're a mortgage lender. They make really good money, but they don't claim any income on their tax returns. So they've got no W-2 income and they claim zero because they write everything off. These people cannot get bank financing. So understand that when we do seller financing, the goal is not to be better or less than what others are charging for interest. Typically, we're going to be higher than what other people are charging. Okay, so if they can go to the bank and get 7.5, I'm going to suggest that we put their rate at 8.99. Now, this is fixed. They can refinance at any time. So if their credit gets better, if they start claiming income on their tax returns or rates come down, we talked about rates coming down second quarter of 2024. Let's say rates come down to 6, they can refinance out. So this is not for eternity. This is what gets them into this house. Now, let's run the numbers here. Going back to our trusty Real Estate Master 3X. Can they see this if I do the calculation like this? Can they see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 383,920. That will be the loan amount. Okay. We're going to take the interest rate 8.99, and then we're going to run this as a 30-year term, and then we're going to solve for the payment. Okay. So there's your payment. The payment is $3,086.35. Okay, now our payment is $1,478. So when we subtract the one from the other, $3,086.35, we are profiting $1,607.67. Okay, now this is our monthly cash flow. And what we've done here is we've set up what's called subservicing. Okay, so we have agreed to take over the seller's payment of 3.5. So we're going to be making payments of $1,478 to the seller. We're going to be collecting payments of $3,086 from the buyer, and we're going to be collecting $1,676 in the center. And all of this is going to be managed for us by Lake City Servicing. Okay. Now, what would prohibit you from doing this deal? And here again, I want your guys' input because I want to know what prohibits you from doing this deal.